Okay, hope that my slide is visible to you. Okay, thank you. So here you can see that once again we'll have three projects: one for the service, second for the host, and third is the client. Right. And here right now we'll create this client and host both the application of the Windows Form type, right? Windows Form application. So here what we are going to do, first we'll create the service, then we'll create the host, and then we'll create the client. So you can see that first we'll create a new project, and yeah. Let us see that first we'll create the WCF service library template. Okay. And give the appropriate name. Now by default it will create the iService interface and iService1 interface and the implementing class service1. So either you can delete both of them and you can start from the scratch, or second way is you can rename it as per your requirement. So right now I have deleted both the interface and implementing class, but you can also rename it, and that will be reflected in the entire project. Wherever there is a reference of service1 or iService1, it will be automatically replaced with the new name. So it is recommended that in case in the Visual Studio, if you are changing the name of a variable or some class, you should rename it, and that should also be renamed for all the references wherever it appears. So fine, I am what I do right now, I delete both the interface and class, and then I start with a new interface. So I add a new item of type interface. I call it iService MEP. Now you can see that as usual we have an interface. Right now we have only one operation, hello. Okay, and it has been designated as one way because now the client will just say hello to the service, and it is not expecting anything in return. Once again, it has been usually annotated with the attribute service contract. But now you will see that this service contract has one property called callback contract, because now can anyone say why we are defining another interface? There are two interfaces we have defined. One is annotated with the service contract, another is not annotated with the service contract. One interface with the attribute service contract, other is not annotated with the service contract. So from the name and operation name, you can infer it, I think. What is the purpose of the second interface? Okay, correct. First one is for only one-way communication. But second interface is, what is the purpose of second interface? So first interface is our usual interface, because that interface provides the service contract with one or more operations that will be invoked by the client. Okay. Yeah, second interface is for calling the client, okay, responding to the client, right? So in callback, see that in callback, the service can also invoke the operations that are available on the client side, which is unusual. Okay, normally we do not have this scenario. It's a special case in callback contract, or here when we are using callback, the client, the service can also invoke the operations available on the client. So which operations? Those operations are defined over here by this interface. Is it clear why there are two interfaces? First interface, which is annotated with the service contract, is meant for the client to invoke all the operation on the service side. And second interface is for all the operations which are available on the client side and supposed to be or assumed to be invoked by the service. Okay, like we have discussed in earlier that when we use the duplex communication, the role inversion take place, the client will become service and service will act as a client. Okay, good question. Should it be automatically invoked? What do you think? You can think other way, like suppose this operation hello, will it be automatically invoked? No, it is the client. We program the client. We write down this hello method invocation in the client. Similarly, this hello back will not be automatically invoked. Only when we write it, then only it will be invoked. But the difference between this hello and hello back is hello will be executed by the service and hello back is executed by the client. Is it clear now? This is the important part. Once you understand it, then the rest of the code is easy.